We are here with a team of international researchers on the research vessel Sonne in the tropical Atlantic Ocean. We are studying the tropical ocean dynamics and its role in the climate variability. We study also the response of the ocean to climate warming and anthropogenic climate change. So the Equatorial Atlantic are particularly special because here the ocean receives most of the heat from the sun, and also the large rain belt is close to the equator. A lot of physical processes contributes to importance for climate and also for the marine ecosystem. And all what we do here is part of the so-called Tropical Atlantic Observing System. The backbone of this observing system is the PIRATA buoy system. The PIRATA buoys are surface buoys with measurements in the atmosphere and below, also in the ocean, down to 500 meters, and is aimed to measure air-sea interactions. With the ship we do repeat hydrographic and current sections to see long-term changes along these sections. At the same time we have long-term observatories, moorings that are located at specific key regions in the ocean, where we measure for many years or even decades the changes in the ocean, the circulation and also water masses, temperature, salinity and also oxygen changes.
So the main focus of the Equatorial 23 West mooring is the continuous observation of the shallow and also of the deep ocean currents.
Therefore, we are using a variety of different acoustical instruments that are attached to the mooring cable to derive current velocities over the full water column. Some of these instruments can measure velocities hundreds of meters away from the fixed location on the mooring cable, as for example the acoustic Doppler current profiler, of which 2 instruments are used to cover the upper 1000 meters of the water column.
So in the deep ocean, every 5 days, or approximately every 4 to 5 days, another instrument called the moored profiler starts climbing up the mooring cable at its fixed location at 3500 meters.
On its way up, the profiler measures the current velocity, temperature, salinity and oxygen concentration of the water until reaching a depth of about 1000 meters. Once the profiler has reached its upper limit, it begins descending to its lower limit at 3500 meters, where it waits another 5 days before repeating its cycle. This way, the profiler covers an enormous vertical range of 2.5 kilometers and represents an essential component of the equatorial mooring.
Besides the physical measurements on the long-term moorings, we have also other measurements for chemical and biological measurements. Last cruise we started with the first measurements of the underwater vision profiler. This is a camera just measuring the particles sinking in the water column and also small images of phytoplankton and zooplankton. So the research vessels are exceptional platforms for research in the tropical Atlantic Ocean. They allow the deployment of long-term observatories or robotic instrumentations. And we can do this in an international cooperation and with multidisciplinary teams on board of these vessels.